On the week that Under the Skin gives you Brene Brown, we are talking about being vulnerable, for surely she is the saint of vulnerability. What I've learned from Brene Brown about vulnerability is that when you feel fear, one option you have is to allow yourself to experience the fear, be open to it, not to avoid fear. Sometimes fear, I suppose, is very sensible, i.e. fear of being, hit by a car. But so much of our life is governed by fear. Fear that people will leave us, fear that we'll be humiliated, fear that we're not good enough, fear that our well-being depends on the approval of others. From Brene Brown, I have learned that being vulnerable is a necessary risk. In my own life, where I'm willing to be vulnerable is in communication with my wife. I'm willing to admit where I feel flawed and afraid. In my professional life, I'm willing to be exposing in a sensible way, because vulnerability is not about self-laceration and self-destruction. And I suppose another area where vulnerability is relevant is as a father. I feel most parents experience the sense that, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do this. I'm responsible for the lives of, in my case, 2 daughters. Well, I regularly talk to other parents about what they do. Brene Brown, in fact, taught me the choice method, giving my little daughter 2 choices. If, in a sense, vulnerability is the only option we have, because the other option is delusion and avoidance of truth. Because the fact is, we are all bloody vulnerable. We are decaying and aging and dying. Everything we think of as permanent, i.e. our houses and our family, are transient and we're going to lose them. And if we don't acknowledge that, we're living in a kind of state of denial. So I'm increasingly trying to recognize that vulnerability is important because there is truth in it. Beyond that vulnerability, perhaps, is the opportunity for a kind of strength that is available through surrender. Because once you acknowledge that you're going to die and that everything you own is going to go and that everything that you care about is impermanent, then it leaves you free to experience a different type of reality. In my case, it means becoming willing to relate to people differently. It's, I've got to be honest, an ongoing thing, because I continually want to resume control of my own life, to resume the illusion of control. I can control my marriage, I can control my work, I can control my children. I can't really. The only thing I can control is the way I respond to my own inner life, to treat my own thoughts and emotions as the first layer of the material world. Oh, I'm thinking these self-destructive thoughts. Oh, I'm feeling these angry feelings, but I am not those feelings. There is not absolute consensus on that. For example, the brilliant genius and mystic Krishnamurti says, no, you are not separate from your feelings and thoughts. You are that. But I think I'm going to have to examine that a little further, because for me, I find it easier when I consider, no, this is something that I am observing, witnessing. It gives me a little more time to breathe. It makes me recognize that fear isn't something that I allow to consume me. Perhaps I've misunderstood Krishnamurti. It's very, very possible, because he's a pretty profound spiritual giant. So vulnerability is a necessary ingredient for growth and for excellence, as Brene Brown has taught us. If you want to hear more Brene Brown, watch Under the Skin this week on YouTube, or listen to Under the Skin on Luminary. Do sign up for Luminary and get that free month. Learn more about vulnerability. Learn more about everything under the skin. I know I have been. Hello, I'm doing these new videos more frequently now. Please hit the notification button at the end of this video, because then you'll get a little bell when I post a new video. And I'd like you to get a little bell when I post a video. Then I can, I don't know, be buzzing away in your pocket. Sounds like I'd be like a little pocket mosquito. Anyway, subscribe, click the bell, because I want more people to watch the YouTube videos. You specifically.